how do I get better at the drums? How do I get from that beginner level to that advanced professional level? And it's very easy to dismiss it with something like, oh, you just gotta practice. Speaking from someone that did a ton of practice, I could tell you it's a lot more than that. But let me tell you a little bit about my journey. I started playing drums when I had to pick a band instrument when I was around 7 or 8 years old. And by the time I was in high school, drumming was my identity. But when it came to auditioning for colleges, my favorite school was SUNY Purchase in upstate New York. It's only about 30 minutes north of Manhattan. The challenge is, at the time, it was hyper competitive. There was only 75 total students in the jazz program, and they didn't need any drummers. They made that very clear to me. As I'm going through this audition, it was kind of mundane. I'm going through all these things, and yeah, I mean, I'm performing okay, but I'm not doing anything to really stand out. And I could feel it. I could feel that these teachers, their eyes are on me, and they're just like, okay, let's get this over with so we can get to the trombone player that we really want, because we need trombone players and we don't need drummers. Finally, after all of my prepared stuff, the last thing they asked me to do was improvise. They said, listen, the bass player is gonna walk a blues. We want you just to keep time, and you're gonna trade fours. And this is the last thing. We just wanna see what you do when you trade fours. So the first time around, my solo was super conservative. Because I knew if I messed something up, it's over, forget about it. My second solo's coming up, same thing. Now, as I'm playing this, I glance over at the teachers and I could see this bored look on their face. They were vastly unimpressed. So now my final chance is coming up. Now let me let you in on a little secret. In high school, I had really good chops. I could play a lot of really fast, cool sounding licks. The challenge was, because my foundation wasn't so great, I didn't really know what the heck I was doing. I knew the patterns. I could tell you where my rights, where my lefts, where my feet. I could tell you which order they went in, and I could play them really fast. But I didn't really understand how they worked in time. It's something I see with students over and over again, where they just kind of like practice patterns and they get them really quick, but they really don't have a good sense of how to intelligently put them inside of the time that they're playing. But I also knew I had to do something to blow these guys out of the water. So what did I do? I closed my eyes, I gripped my teeth, and I threw out every wild, crazy lick, sticking nonsense that I knew. And I was whipping around the kit. I mean, like, the tempo was here, but I was like... And in my head, I have no idea where I am. None whatsoever. Now, you could call it luck. You could call it an angel sitting on my shoulder. I just went as fast as I could, and when I hit that cymbal, bang! It was right with the bass player, and I was right back into the time. I looked over, and those teachers, and I had this feeling of satisfaction, like, I just friggin' nailed that. They got up and they were fawning. They were falling all over themselves to pretty much tell me the way you built that trading. You totally psyched us out because you were so simple on the first two, and then you come out with this crazy, beautiful phrasing and just nailed the one. It was unbelievable. We can't make it official yet, but you are something special, and we really want you in this program. My ego is exploding because I'm like, yeah, that's right. Needless to say, I got accepted. But what do you think happened the first day of rep class when I went down there? And my teacher, who was one of the teachers at the audition, was expecting to hear that guy.
Humiliations galore.
He found out really quick that I couldn't duplicate that consistently. He was like, what happened to the guy with the amazing chops? He knew within the first 5 minutes of that class that all of that flash and all those chops was a complete snow job. And needless to say, they were pissed because now they wasted one of those coveted slots where they're only accepting 3 new freshmen. And they made it really clear that they didn't need any drummers. Now, I was a good student, so they couldn't just outright kick me out for no reason. So what was their solution? Their solution was to ride me super, super hard. And my guess was they were trying to get me to quit. He used to put a microphone on the metronome and put it through the PA system, which was damn near impossible to hear. And the second you fell off the time, it was get the hell off the drums. Now, what this forced me to do was to reevaluate my playing. I had to basically start over again from scratch. I had to erase 10 years of bad habits and really ask some of the tough questions. And when I really stripped everything away to the bare bones of what it is to be a drummer, I started finding those answers. And eventually that helped me carve out a path. Fast forward to my senior year, after hours and hours and hours of practice, and all those same teachers that rode me that whole time, oh, look how great Jay turned out, We really molded that guy. Now, if I had it all to do again, I wouldn't really change anything, because honestly, that experience allowed me to create a system that I use to help my students not go through the same trials that I had to go through. When I graduated in 1998, I immediately started teaching and implementing this system with my students. And now, almost 3 decades later, I've rolled all that information into my Study the Drums app. Having all of those challenges and overcoming those challenges, it kind of gave me, or solidified, a really solid method for helping other students navigate the path. And that's why I've been so successful as a teacher, and why my students are so successful. Now, I've also been getting a lot of private messages about private lessons. Do I take private students? And I do, but I really only take a handful. So that's why I created the Study the Drums app. Basically, it outlines all the things that are incredibly important for you to focus on, and then it gives you a means to practice them in a community to help you stay accountable. And if you're interested in enrolling and you want last year's pricing discounts, comment Study the Drums below in the comment section, and I'll DM you a link that'll take you right to that special pricing. I launched this about a year ago, so I started with some introductory pricing for 2023. And those discounts that I added to the enrollment for 2023 are going to expire next week on January 15th, Monday, January 15th. So if you are looking to get into my Study the Drums app and you want to enroll as a student and you want that vehicle to help you navigate this path, make sure you join the app before Monday, January 15th. So if your resolution this year is to take your drumming to that next level, go ahead and comment Study the Drums below and take advantage of enrollment in my Study the Drums app with last year's pricing. And I'll see you in the Study the Drums app.